Everyone's a knockout artist. Foreman was a knockout artist, Frazier, Tyson, of course, but not like this guy. This guy's got, it's like another level of craziness.
Right now, in boxing, there is simply nothing scarier than Deontay Wilder's right hand.
No, it's over! One right hand was all it took!
It's a single punch that might come from the most unpredictable angle, at the most unexpected moment, and in the most unorthodox way.
He's very wild and very ungainly, but you can't tame those kind of horses.
Even though we've all seen it, time and time again, it gets no easier for the man standing opposite.
Deontay Wilder has done it!
As, whilst he's not the smoothest moving, nor the most technically astute, no matter what people bring to the table or how well they move through the rounds, it's all whitewashed with a split-second game changer.
His right hand is like getting hit by a sledgehammer.
Here we analyze, from the perspective of experts, sparring partners, and former opponents, just what it would be like to stand toe-to-toe with one of the hardest hitters in the division's entire history. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe and click the bell to see all our latest uploads as we take a look at what it's really like to fight Deontay Wilder. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Well, you question Deontay Wilder's power! Yeah, we need immediate medical attention to Archer Spilka.
It was so sharp on his chin, it was like slicing a thin piece of cheese.
Deontay Wilder does what he said he'd do all along. Don't blink and you will miss it.
Over time, the Bronze Bomber has grown increasingly confident in his own power.
And I know I have power. So with knowing that you have it, you know, it's just like having magical powers.
It's gonna come, and when it come, bam, baby, good night, like I always say. And we know one thing, when Deontay Wilder speak, he mean what he say.
So much so that we've become accustomed to his unsuppressed outbursts,
You know what I'm talking about, man?
his violent charm, and his "I told you so" smile. And whilst his resume and style continue to draw criticism, at 34, he is yet to suffer a loss in an 11-year professional campaign.
Representing his home of Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Featuring 11 world title fights, something that, dropping fighters like Fury and Ortiz on the way, simply couldn't happen with raw power alone.
Instead of just trying to avoid the right hand all night, because you think eventually that right hand is going to land. So you better be doing some damage yourself.
I was born to be king. I was born to be cool. Born to rule. You ain't in my
One of the most common myths and misconceptions is that Wilder simply cannot box, though each of his opponents relate to the easy-to-miss, subtle nuances that say otherwise.
Wilder trickier than people think?
Yes, because his athleticism, like I said, he moves right, he throws his jab, his right hand right. He keeps at the end of his punches.
With a better IQ than he's given credit for, he sets traps and tees his big shots up with a sturdy jab.
Oh, what a shot!
A focus which regularly allows him to fall behind on the scorecards,
Deontay Wilder, who's surely a long way behind.
though his persistence is yet to pay off.
all my past. I made all my dues. I done laid my claim.
Whilst the boxing world is running out of superlatives to describe the knockout power itself, it's more relative, the right hand in particular, to the way that shots are set up and thrown.
If you watch the replay, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Before it even lands, boom! You know what that does? That causes a situation where you hit him a blind punch.
Smothering his opponent with the jab, Wilder's right hand comes from ridiculous, unorthodox angles that his opponents simply don't see coming.
Comes from across your line. You don't really see it.
Unorthodox doesn't have to be pretty, like a Roy Jones or a Pernell Whitaker. However, in equal fashion, it's painfully effective.
Kind of just like a check and was looking to see if he can come back with something, and the right hand snuck right in. He says if he would have seen it, he'd still be fighting.
Wilder is held in high regard by many big names he's fought, sparred, and trained with, most of which could tell clearly, even in the early days, that his power and athleticism was something very special.
Deontay whacks the hardest I've ever been punched. Punches harder than Dillian, he punches harder than Vladimir Vital, he punches hard. That's all I can say.
Even the punches that don't look like they're doing no damage, they hurt too. So no matter what he throws, they're hurting.
The best insight of sharing the ring with Wilder and just how hard he hits comes from Britain's David Haye, a man well renowned for packing a punch of his own.
Deontay Wilder is a sharp shooter. I really don't think people quite grasp how accurate he is and how sharp he is, you know.
Fast he passes any human being I've been in the ring with in training or in the ring fighting.
I'm in the Lambo, I'm in demand, pull up.
Not only does the Bronze Bomber hit like a Missouri mule, more importantly, his power doesn't diminish through the round.
I'm gonna take my time, and when I see the opportunity, I'm gonna take my shot. You know, like I said, they have to be perfect for 12 rounds, don't have to be perfect for 2 seconds because of the power.
Driving straight through the guard of Stavern in the first, or sending Fury slamming down in the 12th. Something that has allowed him to send every man he's faced, at some point or other, plummeting to the canvas. And also a factor that has led to solemn words from every former opponent.
Deontay Wilder, make no mistake, is probably the biggest puncher in heavyweight history.
In terms of out-and-out hand speed, Wilder's name would never be the first in any list. However, for a man of 6'7", packing dynamite in both hands, it's definitely a factor to bear in mind.
Ain't nobody got the agility, the feet work that I have. I move like a middleweight, man.
He's a lot faster than you think, and he's a lot better boxer than people think.
As Fury impersonated in the build-up to the first fight, Wilder's shots appear telegraphed and easy to avoid.
Oh, he's going that way. No, he's going this way.
Though in the ring, up close and personal, it appears to be a completely different story.
And there goes with the left hook, Fury's down.
Though power and speed are useless without confidence and killer instinct. As we've seen in the lower weight classes with Broner against Pacquiao or Mosley with Mayweather, where fighters lacking confidence become gun-shy and are simply unable to pull the trigger.
Well, damn it, you gotta give me something. You gotta give me something. You're not moving the hands. You dropped off the hand speed. You're gonna have to punch with it.
Instead, Wilder brings raw emotion, whereby he references his alter ego, the Bronze Bomber.
There's only one Bronze Bomber!
A factor that, while it remains, makes him a dangerous opponent for anybody. Standing opposite Deontay, brimming with confidence, would be a mental battle in itself. However, against adversity, Wilder has shown the kind of heart, chin, and resilience that is crucial in a heavyweight champion.
Momentum, and he catches Wilder with a left hook. Molina on the attack.
Even continuing against Areola with a broken hand to secure yet another knockout victory.
I wanted to give you guys a knockout, but I broke my hand and I tore my muscle in my right hand, so I had to fight like a champion do, man, and use my jab all night.
He's got a foot reach advantage on each arm over me. That brother hugged me, and his whole arms went round my body, and he tickled his own chin.
At 6'7" with an 83-inch reach, Wilder represents a new breed of heavyweights, alongside his two British counterparts. A factor that, clearly daunting, even for the smaller heavyweights, gives an insight of what it would be like to share a ring with the American.
I say this on my social media, is that you could take Wilder to a zoo, and there's not an animal he won't knock out.
Wilder's athleticism is just as vital in helping him find the money shot.
Deontay is a really gifted athlete with an overachiever mindset.
In comparison to the equally effective bantamweight boogeyman, Naoya Inoue, you'll notice the Japanese fighter works methodically, breaking down his opponent.
Oh, this is unbelievable for anybody.
Where Wilder, on the other hand, commits his entire body weight into his power punches, sometimes launching both feet off the canvas.
Very impressive with those inside punches.
Something that, without a solid engine, simply wouldn't be possible.
Like I said, it's not heavy clubber punches like George Foreman. It's explosive. When you don't see it, those are the ones that send you to sleep.
With a near impossible style to prepare for, Whatever the Bronze Bomber does lack in skill and technique, he makes up for in unpredictability.
And of course, the thing we're all mindful of, every second of this fight is the right hand of Deontay Wilder.
And where this causes opponents to stand off and second guess, it plays right into his hands. Ultimately, whilst we're unlikely to see him on any pound-for-pound lists anytime soon, Wilder's new role as the supervillain of heavyweight boxing has seen him transform into one of the most iconic and feared athletes of today. And if you're gauging performance by effectiveness and consistency, there are few quite as potent as the Bronze Bomber.
Coming for a heavyweight bout, you come to see knockout. I'm the man for that job. You finna see it, man. It's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be explosive. It's gonna be powerful.
If you want raw, vodka-drinking honesty, or the gentle commentary with a touch of class, have you take it, mate. It's a Bonzo Motivedia presentation. How good?